What if I told you that the wealth you long for is not hidden in banks, not locked in vaults, not controlled by governments or the hands of other men, but lies right now within your own mind, waiting only for you to give it the command to flow? Every morning as you awaken, you stand at the threshold of power, holding in your heart the key to abundance or the key to poverty. For what you declare at the start of your day is impressed upon your subconscious, and what is impressed is expressed. This is not philosophy alone, it is law. The law of belief governs your destiny, and the first decree of the morning shapes the current of the day. So let me ask you, what are you declaring when the sun rises? Do you speak life or defeat, wealth or lack, joy or sorrow? For your words are not idle, they are seeds that grow, and the harvest will not fail to appear. You must understand that the subconscious mind is the seat of wealth. It is the storehouse of infinite riches, connected to the boundless source of all supply. Money, opportunities, ideas, favor, all of these are but channels through which the infinite abundance within you flows outward. Yet most men rise each morning and declare unconsciously, "I am tired, I am worried, I am broke," and the subconscious, loyal and unquestioning, expresses it. They sabotage themselves at the dawn of every day, chaining the river before it can flow. But the wise, the ones who know the secret, rise and declare, "I am a free-flowing channel for divine wealth. Prosperity is mine now. Abundance surrounds me and flows to me without effort." And when that declaration is made with faith, with conviction, with feeling, the subconscious accepts it as real, and the outer world must bend to reflect it. There is a reason why the first words you speak in the morning are so potent. At that moment, the subconscious is most receptive. The conscious guard still half asleep, the gate wide open. Whatever you impress then sinks deep, and it becomes the order your subconscious carries out through the day. This is why so many remain trapped in cycles of failure. They plant weeds at sunrise. But you, if you are wise, will plant roses. You will wake with words of power upon your lips, words of faith upon your tongue, words of abundance impressed upon your heart. And you will watch as the day bends to your decree. For life cannot resist the law of belief. It must mirror the command you give it. Let me share a story. A young man came to me plagued by lack. He awoke each day dreading bills, whispering, "I can't afford it, I never have enough." His subconscious, hearing this daily command, faithfully created more lack, more scarcity, more insufficiency. I gave him a new morning decree. Infinite riches are mine now. I am wealthy, I am guided, I am sustained by divine supply. Every day I prosper in all that I do. At first he resisted, feeling it was a lie, but he obeyed, declaring it each morning with as much conviction as he could muster. Within months his circumstances began to shift. He received new contracts, unexpected opportunities, and his finances grew. What changed? Not the world. The command changed. The seed changed. And the harvest followed as it must. This is the law. You may ask, how can mere words have such power? The answer is simple. Words carry images, and images carry feelings, and feelings impress the subconscious. When you declare, "I am abundant," and imagine yourself living in plenty, feeling the joy of it, the subconscious accepts it as fact. Once accepted, it sets in motion the unseen currents of life, attracting ideas, people, events, opportunities to make it visible. You are not conjuring wealth from thin air. You are aligning with the abundance already flowing through the universe. The declaration is the magnet, the subconscious is the engine, the result is the harvest. Therefore, never dismiss your words. They are not empty breath. They are decrees of destiny. The law of attraction, often misunderstood, is nothing more than this. Whatever image you impress with feeling upon your subconscious will be expressed in your life. Like attracts like, not because of some mystical whim, but because your subconscious organizes your actions, your perceptions, and the very currents of life to mirror the belief you hold. If you wake each morning declaring defeat, you will attract defeat. If you wake each morning declaring prosperity, you will attract prosperity. This is not wishful thinking, it is law. And the law is no respecter of persons. It serves kings and beggars alike, saints and sinners alike, the wise and the foolish alike. The only difference is what each one believes. And so I tell you, make your morning declaration sacred. Do not rush into the day with idle chatter. Pause, close your eyes, and speak the truth you desire to live. Say, I am wealthy in mind, body, and spirit. I am one with divine abundance. Prosperity flows through me now. Say it until you feel it. Write it upon a slip of paper and keep it by your bed. Whisper it before you rise. For these words are not mere phrases. They are the blueprints of your life. And once impressed, the subconscious cannot fail to express them. This is the secret of attraction, the true alchemy of wealth. Understand this. Wealth is not a thing you chase. It is a state you embody. When you declare yourself abundant, you align your inner world with abundance, and the outer world reflects it. To chase wealth is to admit lack. To declare wealth is to affirm possession. The beggar chases, but the master declares. Which will you be? Will you rise each morning in hunger, or will you rise each morning in certainty? The law does not mock you. It will give you exactly what you declare. Choose carefully, choose boldly, choose abundance, and let us engrave this law into your heart with a living affirmation. Say with me now, I am one with wealth and wisdom, free of fear and doubt. Infinite riches flow to me freely, endlessly now. I am guided by divine intelligence, prospered in all that I do, and sustained by the source of all supply. Write it down, whisper it daily, declare it each morning as the sun rises. For this is the key. This is the law. What is impressed is expressed. And as you impress these words upon your subconscious, you will watch as life bends, opportunities unfold, and wealth flows in rivers you cannot contain. The greatest mistake most people make is believing that wealth comes from toil alone, from grinding effort, from endless struggle against the tide. Yet how many toil day and night, labor without ceasing, and still remain poor in both purse and spirit? The reason is simple. They rise each morning with thoughts of lack, with declarations of insufficiency, with images of defeat impressed upon their subconscious. They believe the outer world is their source, and so they remain chained to outer conditions. But the truth is different. Wealth originates from within, from the subconscious mind aligned with infinite intelligence. When you declare wealth, when you affirm abundance with conviction, you are not creating something new. You are releasing what was already within you. You are unblocking the flow that has been dammed by fear, by doubt, by wrong thinking. I once spoke with a businessman who faced constant setbacks. He blamed competitors, markets, even fate. But when I asked what he told himself each morning, he admitted, I always wake saying it will be another hard day, I will have to fight again. And indeed, his life mirrored that decree. Hard days, constant fights, endless resistance. I gave him a new declaration. This is the day the Lord has made. I rejoice and prosper in it. Divine order governs my affairs. Success is mine now. He began each morning with these words, written on a card by his bed, spoken aloud before his feet touched the floor. Slowly, circumstances shifted. Deals flowed more easily. Opportunities appeared. The tension dissolved. What changed? The morning seed. The subconscious, impressed with success instead of struggle, expressed it as success. Never forget, the subconscious accepts whatever you declare with conviction, whether good or evil, whether rich or poor. It does not discriminate. It does not argue. It does not decide for you. You must decide. Every morning you stand at the crossroads of destiny. One path leads to abundance, the other to lack. The choice is in your words, your feelings, your inner command. If you say, I cannot afford this, you program scarcity. If you say, I am supplied by infinite source, you program abundance. If you declare, I am unlucky, life must echo back misfortune. If you declare, everything I touch prospers, life must echo back success. The law is exact. The harvest will always match the seed. Say this aloud to yourself now, to ingrain it. What I impress, I express. What I declare, I live. You must also recognize that wealth is not limited to money alone. Wealth is vitality in the body, peace in the mind, love in the heart, harmony in the home. Money is one channel, but it is not the source. The true source is the infinite within you, and it will manifest as health, opportunity, relationships, and yes, financial supply. If you declare only money while neglecting health and peace, you may gain one channel and lose another. But if you declare abundance in its fullness, you will find every aspect of life enriched. Therefore, let your morning decree not be narrow, but whole. Say, I am abundant in mind, body, and spirit. I am supplied in every good way. All my needs are met now in divine order. Let that be your key. There was once a woman who lived in constant anxiety about her finances. She pinched every coin, spoke daily of bills and debt, declared constantly, "I am always short, I can't keep up." Her subconscious, faithfully obedient, expressed lack in every form. I instructed her to replace this with a new decree. Wealth flows to me freely. I give thanks for divine abundance, which is mine now. She resisted at first, feeling the words false. But I told her, persist. The subconscious accepts repetition. What you impress consistently will soon be believed. She persisted, writing the words, saying them every morning, imagining herself living in plenty. In time, opportunities arose, new channels of income opened, and her anxiety was replaced with peace. Once more, the law proved itself. What is impressed is expressed. Your subconscious mind is the captain's crew, carrying out every order without question. The conscious mind is the captain giving the order. If the captain shouts, "We are sinking," the crew works to sink the ship. If the captain shouts, "We are sailing in victory," the crew works to steer the ship into safety. The crew does not argue. The crew does not doubt. It only executes. So what orders are you giving each morning? Orders of sinking or sailing? Orders of defeat or of triumph? Your declaration is the order, and the subconscious is the crew. Do not hand down careless commands. Speak only what you want carried out. And this, my friend, is why you must never begin your day with complaint. Do not let the first words of your mouth be bitterness or worry. Begin with gratitude, with praise, with declaration of abundance. Gratitude multiplies what it touches. Complaint diminishes what it touches. Say each morning, "Thank you, Father, for the wealth, health, and peace that flow through me now." Let your heart swell with thanksgiving, and your subconscious will accept it as reality. The law will then move to multiply your blessings, for gratitude is the key that unlocks the storehouse. Say this now, and let it carve itself into your mind. I am a free-flowing channel of divine abundance. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am guided by infinite intelligence. Wealth surrounds me and flows through me now. Write it on paper. Whisper it before you rise. Let it be the morning decree that shapes your day. For as you declare, so shall you live. The law of life is the law of belief, and belief begins with declaration. Wealth is not created by chance, nor does it arrive through blind faith. Wealth is drawn, attracted, magnetized by the patterns of thought you hold most deeply, by the convictions you declare and impress upon your subconscious each day. The truth that most refuse to see is this: your outer life is a mirror of your inner belief, and the mirror never lies. If you wake in the morning and declare lack, the mirror will show you lack. If you wake and declare abundance, the mirror must show you abundance. The law of attraction is not a mystery. It is exact correspondence. As within, so without. Life is not mocking you, it is reflecting you. And once you grasp this, you stop blaming fortune and begin shaping destiny with your own declarations. I once counseled a man who felt cursed in his career. No matter what he attempted, his ventures collapsed. He said to me, "It is as if I have bad luck stamped upon my forehead." I asked him what he told himself upon rising each day. His answer was revealing. "I always mutter, 'Another struggle, another failure. I wonder what will go wrong today.'" His subconscious, loyal to his decree, fulfilled the prophecy without hesitation. I instructed him to reverse the pattern. Each morning he was to say, "Everything I touch prospers. Divine order governs my life. Success flows to me in every venture." He resisted, thinking the words empty, but he obeyed. Within weeks, he saw small victories. Within months, larger opportunities appeared. His life turned because his declaration turned. He had stopped cursing his day and begun blessing it. Understand that the subconscious mind does not reason, it obeys. If you declare wealth, it organizes your faculties, perceptions, and circumstances to bring it about. If you declare poverty, it does the same. The subconscious is impartial, like fertile soil. It does not care whether you plant wheat or weeds. It only brings forth what you plant. That is why the morning declaration is sacred. It is the planting of seed in the richest soil. If you plant fear, you will reap fear. If you plant faith, you will reap faith. And so I say, rise each morning as a wise farmer, planting carefully, deliberately, gratefully, knowing that the harvest cannot fail. Let us be plain. Wealth begins in thought, not in toil. Work without belief yields struggle without fruit. But thought united with faith, impressed upon the subconscious, draws wealth effortlessly, as iron draws the needle. This does not mean you will not labor, but it means your labor will be fruitful. You will be guided to the right opportunities, to the right people, to the right ideas. The man who declares lack may work tirelessly and remain poor. The man who declares wealth may work joyfully and see doors open before him. The difference is not in the sweat, but in the seed, not in the hours, but in the declaration. Say aloud with me, wealth begins in me. Abundance flows from me. I declare prosperity, and prosperity declares me. A woman once shared her struggle with me. Every morning she rose in dread, repeating silently, I cannot make ends meet. I am trapped, I am cursed. And life obeyed. Bills multiplied, opportunities vanished, anxiety grew. I gave her a new morning practice. As soon as she opened her eyes, she was to say, I am rich in divine supply. Every channel of my life is now prospered. I am one with infinite abundance. At first it felt like mockery, for her outer life showed only lack, but she persisted, speaking it aloud, writing it on paper, feeling it as though true. Within months, new income streams opened, debt melted away, and she testified with tears, it was my own declaration that held me prisoner, and it was my new declaration that set me free. Such is the law. The law of attraction is not a trick of fortune. It is the law of belief in action. Like attracts like, because thought shapes reality. If you dwell on lack, you radiate lack, and lack returns. If you dwell on wealth, you radiate wealth, and wealth returns. You are a magnet, and your subconscious is the current that energizes it. Each morning you decide what you magnetize. Will you magnetize failure or success? Scarcity or abundance? Defeat or victory? The choice is yours, and the declaration is the key. Do not say, I will wait until I see results. Results wait upon belief, not belief upon results. Declare it first, and the results will follow. This is why I say, never rise with complaint, never begin your day with fear. Begin it with power, with faith, with the decree of abundance. Let your first words shape your destiny. Do not say, I am still tired. Say, I am filled with vitality. Do not say, I dread the day. Say, this is the day of divine prosperity. Do not say, I lack. Say, I overflow. The subconscious does not weigh truth or falsehood, it only accepts. Give it only what you desire, and it will produce accordingly. Guard your mornings, for they are the planting season of each day. Say this with me now, and let it sink deep into your subconscious. I am one with divine wealth. Prosperity flows through me freely. Success surrounds me in all that I do. Every morning I declare abundance, and every evening I give thanks for its expression. Write it on paper. Whisper it before you rise. Imprint it upon your heart. For what you impress will be expressed, and life cannot resist the conviction you hold. Declare it once every morning, and wealth will flow like a golden river through every channel of your life. You must understand that your subconscious mind is impressionable most deeply when you wake and when you sleep. These are the golden gates, the moments when the conscious guard is lowered and the inner chamber lies open. Whatever thought you impress in those moments sinks deep, and the subconscious, working day and night, brings it to expression. This is why careless morning words are so dangerous, and why deliberate declarations are so powerful. The first decree of your morning is like setting the compass of a ship. The subconscious will steer your entire day according to it. If you declare lack, your day drifts toward lack. If you declare abundance, your day sails toward prosperity. The wheel is in your hand, and the destination is determined by your declaration. There is a secret hidden in plain sight, a truth so powerful that if you grasp it, your mornings will no longer be ordinary, but the birthplace of miracles. The secret is this: the words you declare with conviction at the dawn of each day are commands issued to the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind is the silent builder of your destiny. It does not question you, it does not argue with you, it does not delay. It simply accepts your decree and begins arranging circumstances, people, and opportunities to match it. Most squander this sacred moment by repeating words of defeat, muttering fears, or beginning the day with complaint, and the subconscious, loyal and obedient, shapes a life of complaint in return. But the wise pause even for a few minutes and speak their destiny into being. They declare wealth, peace, and harmony, and life bends to their decree. This is the real secret of attraction. Whatever you boldly declare at sunrise is set into motion for the rest of the day. I once met a man who had struggled for years with failure. His mornings were filled with dread. His first thoughts always, I cannot catch up, I am always behind, something will surely go wrong. And his life reflected this inner decree: constant delay, endless frustration, perpetual defeat. I taught him to reverse the pattern. Each morning, before rising, he was to say with calm conviction, "Infinite intelligence governs my day, everything I touch prospers. I am a channel for divine wealth and abundance flows to me now." He laughed at the suggestion at first, believing words could not possibly change his life, but he obeyed, repeating them daily, and within months he noticed the shift: unexpected opportunities, improved relationships, sudden relief from debts. His astonishment was great, but the law had simply expressed what he had finally impressed. The seed was new, and so the harvest was new. Wealth is not something you chase, but something you allow to flow by aligning with its source. Chasing wealth is the confession of lack. Declaring wealth is the affirmation of possession. The beggar chases, the master declares. Which one are you each morning? If you rise hungry, complaining, doubting, you rise as a beggar. But if you rise declaring, "I am one with divine abundance, I am supplied and sustained by infinite source. Wealth flows to me freely," then you rise as a master. The subconscious, hearing such authority, obeys, and life arranges itself in your favor. The law of life is the law of belief. Say it aloud now, let it carve itself into your heart. The law of life is the law of belief. Do not think of wealth as limited to coins or currency. Wealth is every good thing of life. Health in your body, peace in your mind, love in your relationships, harmony in your affairs, and yes, financial supply. If you declare only money while neglecting health and peace, you may gain one channel while losing another. But if you declare abundance in its wholeness, you will prosper in every direction. Let your morning decree be complete. Say, "I am wealthy in mind, body, and spirit. Divine harmony governs my life. Health, love, peace, and financial supply flow to me now." By declaring the fullness of wealth, you align with the fullness of life, and life answers in kind. There was a woman who came to me with bitterness in her heart. Her mornings began with resentment, rehearsing every wrong done to her, and her days mirrored her bitterness, for the subconscious expressed what it was impressed with: discord, conflict, and loneliness. I instructed her to begin anew. Each morning she was to declare, "Divine love fills me and surrounds me. I release the past. I attract only joy, harmony, and love." At first it felt unnatural, for bitterness had become her habit. But as she persisted, her subconscious absorbed the new decree. Her relationships softened, her home filled with peace, and she herself radiated warmth. The outer world had not changed by chance. It had changed because she had changed the declaration that shaped her inner world. The subconscious responds to feeling, not empty repetition. Cold words cannot move it. But when you speak with conviction, when you imagine vividly, when you declare with faith, the subconscious accepts. This is why affirmations must be more than phrases. They must be imbued with life. When you declare wealth, feel the joy of already possessing it. When you declare health, see yourself vibrant and strong. When you declare success, imagine yourself already victorious. The subconscious accepts imagination as reality, and once it accepts, expression must follow. This is the true science of prayer, the real secret of attraction. You must declare it, feel it, and live it inwardly until it cannot be denied outwardly. Now let us seal this teaching with an affirmation you can write, whisper, and repeat each morning. I am one with wealth and wisdom, free of fear and doubt. Infinite abundance flows to me freely, endlessly now. I am guided by divine intelligence, prospered in all that I do, and sustained by the source of all supply. Declare it once every morning, and wealth will flow. Declare it with faith, and life must obey. For what you impress is always expressed, and the key is in your mouth, waiting to be spoken at the dawn of each day. Gratitude multiplies the force of every declaration. Begin your mornings not only by declaring wealth, but by giving thanks for it. Say, thank you, Father, for the abundance that flows through me now. Thank you for the health, the peace, the opportunities, the supply that are already mine. Gratitude is not flattery, it is recognition. It tells the subconscious, this is mine already, and the subconscious accepts it as fact. The law then moves to multiply the blessing, for what is acknowledged grows, and what is denied withers. Begin your day with gratitude, and you will walk through it, surrounded by blessings drawn to you by the magnet of thanksgiving. Wealth does not come to those who beg for it, but to those who claim it. The morning declaration is not a plea but a command, not the cry of a servant but the decree of a king. When you rise and declare with certainty, I am one with divine abundance, prosperity flows to me freely. You are not asking life to give you what you lack. You are acknowledging the reality already within you, and your subconscious, which governs the unseen machinery of life, moves to make it visible. If instead you rise with fear, muttering, I hope I can make it, I hope I won't fail, the subconscious takes that as law, and it faithfully arranges your day to match fear instead of faith. This is why your first words in the morning carry such weight. They are not idle, they are orders, and the law cannot disobey them. I recall a man who lived perpetually in debt, forever chasing money, forever anxious about bills. His mornings began with worry. His declarations were always, I am broke, I never have enough, I can't afford this. And so his subconscious created a life of lack, mirroring his inner decree. I told him, reverse it. Begin each day declaring wealth, no matter how things look. Say, I am a magnet for divine supply. Money flows to me freely. Opportunities open before me. Wealth surrounds me now. Say it until your subconscious accepts it. He obeyed, though at first he felt like a liar, but persistence wore away doubt, and soon new income channels appeared, debts cleared, and prosperity followed. His circumstances had not conspired against him, his declarations had. When they changed, his life changed. The law of life is the law of belief, and belief begins with what you dare to declare. You must recognize that the subconscious is not limited by your current resources, your job, your circumstances. It is connected to infinite intelligence, to the boundless source of supply. When you declare wealth, you are opening channels you cannot consciously foresee. You may think, my salary is fixed, my opportunities are few, but the subconscious does not depend on visible channels. It draws upon unseen resources, brings new contacts, new ideas, new directions. It is not your task to figure out how. It is your task to declare the end with conviction. The how is handled by the infinite. If you insist on seeing the how before believing, you will never move. But if you declare first, the way will be revealed. Say this quietly to yourself. I declare abundance, and abundance declares me. A woman once told me she wanted to prosper, but always felt unworthy. She confessed, I tell myself every morning that I don't deserve wealth, that I'm not meant for it. And indeed, her subconscious fulfilled her decree, keeping her poor in every sense. I taught her to replace it with, I am worthy of divine abundance. It is my birthright as a child of the infinite. I am open and receptive to all forms of supply. She resisted, for unworthiness had been her creed for years, but repetition softened her heart, and belief took root. In time, her finances improved. Opportunities came, and she said through tears, it was never God denying me, it was me denying myself. Such is the law. The subconscious accepts only what you believe you deserve. Declare your worth, and life will prove it. Every morning declaration must be more than words. It must be alive with feeling. The subconscious responds to emotion more than syllables. Cold repetition leaves it unmoved, but fiery conviction impresses it deeply. When you declare wealth, imagine yourself living in it, walking in it, breathing in it. Feel the relief of bills paid, the joy of giving freely, the peace of supply overflowing. Let the emotion flood you until the subconscious accepts it as fact. Once accepted, it must express. This is why I urge you, do not merely recite, imagine, feel, believe. Your morning declaration is not a ritual, it is creation. You must also understand that wealth is multiplied by generosity. If you declare abundance but live in fear of giving, your subconscious sees the contradiction and delays expression. But when you declare, I am rich, I am supplied, I am sustained by infinite source, and then act generously, you reinforce the belief. The subconscious accepts it, and supply flows even more. The fearful man clutches his coins and remains poor. The confident man gives freely and grows richer. The declaration must be matched with the spirit of giving, for giving is the proof of belief. Declare abundance, act in abundance, and abundance must multiply. This too is law. Guard also against idle declarations of lack. Many sabotage their prosperity by casual words. I can't afford it, I'm broke, money is scarce. The subconscious takes no joke, it accepts every word. Do not poison your mornings with such declarations. Replace them with truth. Say, wealth flows to me from every direction. I am supplied richly. Divine abundance is mine now. Say it aloud. Write it. Whisper it before you rise. Let these be the words the subconscious hears at dawn, for they will shape the day, the week, the month, the year. Words are seeds, and every seed will bear fruit. Do not wait for wealth to appear before you declare it. Declaration precedes manifestation. The farmer does not wait for harvest before planting seed. He plants in faith, knowing the soil will not betray him. So too must you declare in faith, knowing the subconscious cannot betray you. Declare first, and the harvest will follow. If you wait to see before you declare, you will wait forever. But if you declare with conviction, the unseen currents of life begin to move, and the harvest is certain. This is the secret of attraction. Wealth comes not by waiting, but by declaring. Now let us engrave this truth into the depths of your mind. Say with me now, I am worthy of divine abundance. I am a magnet for supply. Wealth flows to me freely, endlessly now. I am guided, sustained, and prospered by infinite intelligence. Write it on paper. Whisper it before you rise. Declare it once every morning, and wealth will flow. For what you impress is expressed, and the declaration you make at dawn will shape the life you live at sunset. Every morning, you are given a blank canvas, and the first stroke of your words determines the picture that will be painted across the hours that follow. The subconscious mind is the artist, but it only paints with the colors you hand it. If you hand it the gray tones of fear, the canvas of your day will be clouded. If you hand it the gold of faith, the crimson of abundance, the emerald of harmony, the picture will shine with prosperity. The tragedy is that most people hand the subconscious only the dull palette of complaint, doubt, and resentment, and then wonder why their days seem draped in shadow. Yet the choice is always theirs, and the choice is always yours. The brush is in your hand every morning, and your declaration is the stroke that sets the tone for the masterpiece of your life. Consider this. The subconscious does not know the difference between a true declaration and a false one. It knows only conviction. If you declare lack with trembling certainty, lack will appear. If you declare wealth with radiant confidence, wealth will appear. One man may wake declaring, I am cursed, nothing ever works for me, and life will mirror his decree. Another man may wake declaring, I am blessed, everything I touch prospers, and life will mirror his decree as well. The law is impartial. It favors neither saint nor sinner. It bends for neither rich nor poor. It only obeys the command impressed upon it. And your command is your declaration. Whisper it, write it, shout it, but above all, believe it. I remember a young woman who longed to start her own business, but was paralyzed by fear. Every morning she told herself, it is too risky, I will fail, I am not ready. And her subconscious obeyed, arranging delays, obstacles, and failures. I gave her a new decree. Divine intelligence guides me. I am equipped, capable, and prosperous. My business is blessed and thrives. At first she spoke the words mechanically, but soon she began to feel them, to imagine her shop alive with customers, to sense the joy of success. Her subconscious accepted the image, and the outer world rearranged itself. Within a year she had launched her business, and it flourished. Nothing had changed but the declaration, and because the declaration changed, everything changed. The subconscious is not bound by logic or circumstance. It does not calculate whether your declaration seems possible. It only accepts what you impress and moves to express it. This is why declarations are so powerful. You may declare wealth though your bank account is empty, and if your subconscious accepts it, wealth must flow. You may declare health though your body aches, and if your subconscious accepts it, health must manifest. Do not look at appearances when you declare. Appearances are but the shadows of old thoughts. Declare the new, and the shadows must give way to light. Say it with conviction. I am guided by infinite intelligence. I am supplied richly. Abundance surrounds me now. Gratitude, united with declaration, multiplies the effect. When you give thanks for wealth, as though it were already yours, the subconscious accepts it as reality, and life expresses it. Begin each morning by saying, "Thank you, Father, for the wealth that flows to me now. Thank you for the peace, the love, the opportunities, the abundance already mine." Gratitude transforms declaration into conviction. It removes doubt and replaces it with certainty. For the mind cannot be both grateful and fearful at the same time. Gratitude is faith in action, the living proof that you believe your declaration. Practice it, and you will see your blessings multiply. Do not be careless with words in the morning, for they are the seeds of the day. Many undo themselves by idle chatter. I am so unlucky, nothing good ever happens. I am always broke. These words are not harmless, they are instructions. The subconscious accepts them without humor, without irony, without delay. And life faithful to the law expresses them as reality. Guard your tongue as you would guard your fortune, for in truth your tongue is your fortune. Speak only what you wish to live. Declare only what you wish to see. The world will echo your declaration, for the subconscious has no choice but to obey. Let us also remember that wealth is not hoarded, it is circulated. If you declare wealth, but clutch every coin in fear, your subconscious reads the fear, not the words. It will produce scarcity to match the fear. But if you declare wealth and live as though supplied, giving freely, blessing freely, your subconscious reads the confidence and multiplies it. Giving is proof of belief. Every act of generosity says to the subconscious, I am supplied, I am not afraid, I live in abundance. And the subconscious, taking this as fact, arranges life to keep the supply flowing. Declarations spoken must be lived, and when lived they become unstoppable. One man once told me he had prayed for years but remained poor. I asked what he prayed. He said, I always beg God to help me. I plead to be delivered from poverty. I told him, you are declaring lack every morning. Stop begging. Start declaring. Say, I am one with divine wealth. Money flows to me freely. Opportunities surround me. Pray not as a beggar, but as an heir. He obeyed, shifting his prayers into declarations, and within months, his situation reversed. The law had not withheld from him, his declarations had. When they changed, his life followed. Prayer is declaration with feeling, and declaration is prayer in its truest form. And so I tell you, begin tomorrow as a king begins his reign, with words of authority, with decrees that shape the kingdom of your day. Do not mutter, command. Do not plead, declare. Say it aloud, write it boldly, whisper it to your soul until your subconscious accepts it. I am wealthy in mind, body, and spirit. I am a channel for infinite supply. Prosperity flows to me freely and endlessly. Success surrounds me, health sustains me, peace governs me. Declare it once every morning, and wealth will flow. For what you impress is always expressed, and the declaration you make at dawn becomes the reality you walk in by nightfall. Wealth begins not in coins or contracts, but in consciousness. It is first a seed planted in the soil of the subconscious mind, and the morning declaration is the act of planting. Each day at sunrise, you are the sower. The words you speak, the thoughts you permit, the feelings you allow, all of these are seeds cast into the fertile ground of the subconscious. And like the earth, the subconscious accepts all seeds without resistance. It does not reject weeds. It does not select roses. It brings forth in kind what you plant. If you sow fear, you will reap fear. If you sow abundance, you will reap abundance. If you declare lack, you will experience lack. If you declare prosperity, prosperity will unfold. The law is infallible. Life does not give you what you want casually. It gives you what you declare persistently. I knew a woman who longed to travel the world, but lived in constant worry over money. Each morning her words were, I can't afford it, I will never see those places. Her subconscious obeyed, keeping her bound in scarcity. I gave her a new decree. Infinite supply sustains me. Opportunities to travel are mine now. I am guided and prospered in all I do. She repeated it faithfully, imagining herself walking through new cities, tasting new foods, living in joy. Within a year, doors opened, an unexpected promotion, a company-sponsored trip, and later, invitations from friends abroad. She laughed and said, "I thought travel was impossible, but all along it was only my declaration that made it so." Her life became proof of the law. Declare it, believe it, and it must appear. Your subconscious mind is impressionable to images as well as words. When you declare wealth, pair your words with imagination. See yourself already living in abundance. Feel the peace of bills paid, the joy of giving freely, the freedom of opportunities flowing. When word and image unite, the subconscious accepts the impression more deeply, and expression becomes inevitable. Athletes use this power, seeing victory before they compete. Artists use this power, seeing their creation complete before they begin. Why should you not use it to attract wealth, health, and harmony? The subconscious does not distinguish between what is imagined vividly and what is physically present. It only acts. Therefore, let your morning declaration be alive with image, rich with feeling, until your subconscious believes it fully. The magnetism of wealth is created by repetition. One affirmation spoken once may glance off the mind, but repetition engraves it. When you declare prosperity each morning, day after day, your subconscious grows convinced, and once convinced, it must express. Do not be discouraged if results do not appear at once. Seeds take time to germinate, but the law ensures they must grow. Keep declaring, keep affirming, keep believing. Each morning you are watering the seed, and each day the roots grow deeper until the harvest appears. Persistence is the proof of faith. Declare it long enough, and you will live it. Do not let your declarations be sabotaged by contradiction during the day. Many rise with affirmations of wealth, but spend the day speaking lack, worrying about bills, rehearsing fears. The subconscious becomes confused, and results are delayed. Your words must be consistent with your desire. Your words must be consistent with your desire. If you declare abundance in the morning, do not cancel it at noon by saying, "I am always broke." Let your speech align with your faith. Guard your tongue, for every word is a seed. The wise do not scatter thorns after planting roses. The wise guard their planting until the harvest comes. There was once a student who desired healing. Each morning she declared, "I am whole, I am strong, divine health flows through me." But throughout the day she complained constantly of weakness, rehearsing symptoms, predicting decline. Her subconscious, receiving mixed signals, expressed confusion, and her healing was delayed. I taught her to stay consistent. If tempted to complain, she was to reverse it immediately. "No, I am whole, I am strong, I am healed." She obeyed, and in time her health was restored. The law had not failed her, she had failed to stay consistent. When she guarded her declarations, the harvest came. So too with wealth. Your words must remain true from dawn to dusk. Do not think of your morning declaration as superstition or ritual. It is not magic. It is law. You are impressing upon the most powerful force in your life, the subconscious mind. The subconscious, united with infinite intelligence, holds the wisdom to guide you, the power to supply you, the order to harmonize your affairs. When you declare abundance, you are aligning with the very principle that governs the universe. You are stepping into the current of divine supply, and that current cannot fail. The declaration is your way of turning the rudder, setting the direction, and letting the power carry you forward. Without declaration, the ship drifts. With declaration, the ship sails with purpose. Gratitude seals the morning declaration with certainty. Say not only, "I will be wealthy," but "Thank you, Father, that I am wealthy now." Gratitude removes the sense of waiting and replaces it with the assurance of possession. When you give thanks in advance, the subconscious accepts the blessing as present fact, and expression follows. Gratitude is faith matured, faith clothed in recognition. Begin your declaration with thanks, end it with thanks, and the blessing will multiply. For what you thank, you keep. What you acknowledge, you attract, and what you declare with gratitude becomes flesh. Now let us engrave this law into your being. Say it with me. I am one with divine wealth. Infinite abundance flows to me freely. I am guided, sustained, and prospered in all that I do. Wealth surrounds me. Health strengthens me. Peace fills me. I declare it each morning, and I live it each day. Write it, whisper it, shout it. Let it echo in your soul until the subconscious accepts it fully. For what you impress in faith must be expressed in fact, and when you declare wealth once every morning, the law of attraction ensures it flows to you like a river without end. Wealth is a river, and you are either damming it with fear or opening it with faith. The river itself never ceases to flow, for it springs from infinite source. But whether it reaches you depends entirely on what you declare and believe each day. Most people rise each morning and unconsciously build walls against the river. They say, "I can't, I lack, I will fail." And the subconscious faithful servant that it is erects barriers in their path. Then they cry, "Why am I forsaken?" when it is their own declaration that has shut the gates. But the one who rises and declares, "I am open, I am supplied, I am prosperous now," tears down the walls and allows the river to rush in. This is why your words at dawn matter. They are the locks and keys of your destiny. I knew a man who dreaded going to work each morning. His words were always, "I hate this place. Nothing good comes from it. I am trapped." The subconscious obeyed, keeping him in misery, bringing daily frustrations, closing every channel of joy. I told him, "Stop cursing your day. Begin blessing it. Declare before you rise, 'Infinite intelligence guides me. This day is filled with opportunities. Success flows to me freely." At first he resisted, thinking his job could never change. But as he persisted, his inner state changed. He began to see chances he had missed. People responded differently, and in time a better position opened for him. His outer world shifted only because his morning decree shifted. The curse ended when the blessing began. Do not underestimate the power of imagination joined with declaration. When you say, "I am wealthy," and imagine yourself walking in wealth, your subconscious accepts it as fact and sets in motion the expression. When you declare health and see yourself strong, the subconscious believes it and directs the body accordingly. When you declare peace and feel its calm, the subconscious organizes your life around harmony. This is the real secret of attraction. It is not enough to say the words, you must feel them, see them, live them inwardly. Once the subconscious accepts the image, it cannot fail to bring it forth outwardly. The law is exact, the law is faithful, the law cannot be mocked. Guard your declarations against contradiction. Many sabotage their mornings by planting roses and then trampling them before noon. They rise declaring, "I am abundant," but then spend the day saying, "I can't afford this, money is scarce, nothing works for me." The subconscious, confused by conflicting orders, reflects delay and frustration. Your words must remain consistent from morning to night. If fear rises, reverse it instantly. Do not finish a negative thought. If you start to say, "I am always broke," stop and replace it, "I am richly supplied, I am prosperous now." Train yourself to guard every word as seed, and your harvest will be rich. Say it with me, "I guard my words, for my words guard my wealth." Let me remind you, wealth is circulation. Money is not meant to be hoarded in fear, but to flow in confidence. If you declare abundance but grip every coin, your subconscious senses contradiction and withholds expression. But if you declare abundance and act abundantly, giving freely, living freely, the subconscious accepts it as reality and multiplies it. Every act of generosity tells the inner mind, "I am supplied, I am safe, I am rich," and so supply flows to match the belief. Fear contracts, but faith expands. The declaration must be lived as well as spoken, for life will not only echo your words, but your actions. A woman once told me she prayed for prosperity daily, yet nothing changed. I asked her what she prayed. She said, "I always ask God to deliver me from poverty." I told her, "You are declaring poverty every morning. Change your prayer to a declaration. Thank you, Father, that abundance is mine now. Thank you that I am prosperous, guided and sustained by infinite supply." Pray not as a beggar, but as an heir. Declare what is already yours. She obeyed, and her life blossomed. New opportunities came, debts cleared, and peace replaced worry. She learned that prayer is not begging, but declaring, not asking, but affirming. The subconscious responds not to desperation, but to conviction. You may wonder, how long must I declare before it appears? The answer is simple, until your subconscious believes it. The harvest comes in its season. Some seeds sprout quickly, others slowly, but none can fail if they are planted with faith. Your task is not to measure time, but to remain faithful in planting. Declare wealth every morning, feel it, live it inwardly, and leave the when and how to the infinite. The law does not delay, it prepares. Trust the process, and know that the unseen roots are growing even when the surface looks barren. Declare faithfully, and the harvest must come. Gratitude is the crown of the morning declaration. When you say, I thank you for my wealth, my peace, my prosperity, you shift from hope to possession. The subconscious accepts gratitude as evidence that the blessing already exists, and expression follows. Begin your declaration with thanks, end it with thanks, and the day will unfold with blessings multiplied. Gratitude is not flattery but recognition. It tells the law, I know this is mine, and the law responds by multiplying the supply. Begin tomorrow with thanks, and watch the law unfold. Now let us seal this teaching with affirmation. Say with me, I am open to the river of wealth. Infinite abundance flows through me freely, endlessly now. I am grateful for my prosperity. I am guided, sustained, and supplied in all I do. Wealth surrounds me. Health strengthens me. Peace governs me. Declare it every morning, write it on paper, whisper it before you rise. For what you impress must be expressed, and the decree you make at dawn becomes the reality you walk in at dusk. Wealth is not a matter of luck, nor is it a reward granted by chance or fortune. Wealth is a law, and it obeys those who know how to use it. The subconscious mind is the silent machinery of that law, and it shapes your destiny according to the blueprint you hand it each morning. If your blueprint is small, your life will be small. If your blueprint is fearful, your life will be fearful. But if your blueprint is bold, rich, and expansive, your life will rise to meet it. Each morning declaration is the act of handing the blueprint to the subconscious. You are the architect, the designer, the master planner, and the subconscious is the faithful builder. The structure it builds tomorrow depends entirely on what you decree today. I once counseled a man who dreamed of wealth but lived in cycles of lack. His mornings began with self-pity. His words always, I wish I had more, but life is unfair, I never get a chance. His subconscious obeyed, expressing lack, withholding opportunities, mirroring his declaration. I told him, stop wishing and start declaring. Begin every morning with this, I am prosperous now. Infinite supply flows through me. I am guided to wealth, and every door is open to me. He resisted, saying it felt false, but he obeyed. With time, his subconscious accepted the new blueprint, and soon opportunities began to appear. Unexpected promotions, sudden financial relief, and a spirit of confidence that drew success to him. Nothing in the outer world changed first. The declaration changed, and then the world followed. This is the secret. Change the blueprint, and the structure of your life must change. The subconscious cannot argue with you. It only acts. It does not ask whether you are deserving, whether your past is worthy, whether your circumstances make sense. It accepts the impression as truth and then expresses it without fail. If you declare, I am unlucky, it will express misfortune. If you declare, I am wealthy, it will express prosperity. The law is impartial, as precise as mathematics, as faithful as the rising sun. This is why you must be ruthless with your words in the morning. Do not speak idly. Do not let fear slip into declaration. Guard your speech as you would guard treasure. For in truth your speech is treasure. Each word is a coin, minted in the kingdom of your destiny. Spend wisely. Wealth responds to clarity. Vague declarations bring vague results. If you say, I want money someday, the subconscious hears uncertainty and delays. But if you say, I am wealthy now, I am a channel of divine abundance today, the subconscious hears certainty and obeys. Do not cast your declaration into the future, place it in the present. The subconscious does not work in tomorrow, it works in now. Declare it as though it is already yours, and the law will move heaven and earth to make it visible. Speak it, feel it, live it inwardly, until your subconscious accepts it as fact, and once it does, life has no choice but to mirror it. Say it now with conviction. Wealth is mine now. I am prosperous today. You must also understand that fear is declaration in disguise. Every time you say, I fear losing my job, I fear being broke, I fear failing, you are declaring lack. The subconscious hears no difference between fear and faith. It only hears conviction, and it expresses accordingly. So turn fear into faith. When you are tempted to say, I fear lack, replace it with, I am richly supplied. When you are tempted to say, I fear failure, replace it with, I succeed in all I do. Reverse every fearful thought with a faithful declaration, and the subconscious will obey the latter. The harvest always depends on the seed, and fear is just the seed of failure. Plant faith and you will reap success. One woman once told me she lived in constant dread of poverty. Her every morning began with, I hope nothing goes wrong, I hope I make it through. And so her subconscious created days filled with problems and bills. I taught her to replace it with gratitude. Each morning she was to say, thank you, Father, that I am richly supplied. Thank you for the abundance that flows through me today. Thank you that I am prosperous now. She began with trembling, for her circumstances shouted lack, but she persisted. Soon her outer life began to shift. Income increased. Opportunities arose. Peace filled her home. She learned that gratitude is the crown of declaration. It turns hope into certainty, delay into immediacy, desire into possession. Gratitude seals the blessing. Your morning declaration must also align with your actions. To declare wealth in the morning but live in fear all day is contradiction. But to declare wealth and then act in confidence, give freely, move boldly, is harmony. The subconscious reads both your words and your actions, and it obeys the stronger. If your actions prove your words, expression is swift. If your actions deny your words, expression is delayed. Live your declaration. Walk as though supplied, give as though abundant, work as though success is assured. Your subconscious will believe you, and life will mirror that belief. To declare is to plant, to live is to water. Together they produce the harvest. And so I urge you, do not treat your morning declaration as idle ritual. Treat it as the lever that moves your world. Speak it with reverence, with faith, with gratitude. Write it, whisper it, shout it within your soul until it becomes conviction. Then watch as life bends to your decree. The law does not fail. What is impressed must be expressed, and your mornings are the place of impression. Rise each day as a king rises to his throne, and declare the wealth that is already yours. Now let us seal this teaching with a decree you can engrave upon your heart. I am prosperous now, infinite supply flows to me freely. I am worthy of abundance, guided by divine intelligence, sustained by infinite source. Wealth surrounds me. Health strengthens me. Peace governs me. I declare it, I live it, I am it. Declare this once every morning, and the law of attraction will bring wealth flowing to you like a river without end. The power of your morning declaration lies not only in shaping your day, but in reshaping your destiny. Each dawn you stand at a crossroads, holding in your heart the authority to decree poverty or prosperity, defeat or victory, lack or abundance. The subconscious mind is listening always, but at the start of the day it listens most intently, ready to absorb whatever seed you plant. And once the seed is planted, it cannot remain dormant. It must sprout. The harvest may not appear in an hour or a day, but it will appear, for the law cannot be mocked. As you declare, so shall you live. This is why I tell you, guard your mornings as sacred. They are the birthplace of your future. I once spoke with a man who had risen for years with the same words on his lips. Life is hard, money is scarce, I never get ahead. His subconscious accepted the decree, and life expressed it faithfully. He worked long hours but remained in lack, always chasing, never receiving. I gave him a new morning command. I am one with wealth. Divine abundance flows to me freely. I prosper in all that I do. At first he said it without feeling, but I told him, persist. The subconscious accepts repetition, especially when joined with gratitude. Within months his countenance changed, new opportunities arose, debts cleared, and he began to live the truth he had once only spoken. What had changed? Not fate, not chance, only the morning decree. You must remember, the subconscious responds not to begging, but to believing. If you rise and plead, "Oh, I hope today will be better," you are declaring uncertainty, and uncertainty is what you will live. But if you rise and declare, "Today is filled with divine order, prosperity surrounds me, success flows to me now," you are declaring conviction, and conviction is what you will live. The subconscious does not weigh your words against appearances. It accepts what you impress and expresses it. Therefore, do not declare what you see, declare what you desire. Do not repeat the shadows of yesterday, speak the light of tomorrow. The law is exact. What you impress, you will express. Wealth is not something you must chase. It is something you must align with. To chase is to admit you lack. To declare is to affirm you possess. The beggar chases, the master declares. Each morning you choose which you will be. Will you rise pleading for scraps, or will you rise declaring your inheritance? Remember, you are an heir of infinite riches, a child of the divine source. Wealth is your birthright, and your declaration is the key that unlocks it. Do not shrink from the truth of your own abundance. Declare it boldly, and life will echo back your confidence. Gratitude is the seal upon your morning command. When you give thanks for wealth as though it were already yours, the subconscious accepts it as fact, and the law moves to manifest it. Gratitude erases doubt and replaces it with certainty. Say, "Thank you, Father, for the wealth that flows through me now. Thank you for the abundance that surrounds me. Thank you for the peace, the health, the prosperity that are mine this day." Gratitude is not flattery, it is recognition. It is faith made visible. It transforms declaration into possession. Begin each morning not only with decree but with thanks, and your blessings will multiply. Do not let your declaration end with words alone. Live it through your actions. Walk as though supplied, work as though success is assured. Give as though you overflow. The subconscious reads both your words and your deeds, and when they agree, expression is swift. If you declare abundance but live in fear, your actions cancel your decree. But if you declare abundance and act in confidence, the subconscious sees harmony and produces abundance without delay. To declare is to plant, to live is to water, and together they ensure the harvest. Consistency between word and deed is the proof of faith, and faith is the currency of wealth. Many will call this coincidence, others will call it luck, but you will know it is law. You will see with your own eyes how the world bends to your declaration, how opportunities appear where none existed, how doors open at your command. You will understand that nothing is random, that life is exact, that wealth is not a gift withheld or bestowed by fate, but the mirror of belief impressed upon the subconscious. And when you grasp this, you will no longer live as a victim of chance, but as a master of law. You will walk not as a beggar, but as a creator, shaping destiny with every word you speak at dawn. And now, my friend, let us seal this hour with a decree that can transform your mornings and your life. Say it with me. I am one with divine wealth. Infinite abundance flows to me freely and endlessly now. I am guided, sustained, and prospered in all that I do. I am worthy of wealth, worthy of love, worthy of success. I declare it, I believe it, I live it, and I give thanks for it now. Write it, whisper it, declare it each morning as the sun rises. For what you impress must be expressed, and wealth will flow as surely as the river flows to the sea.